This is my tutorial, as promised, for a simple pair of fingerless gloves for either LARP or cosplay. It's really simple stitch using crochet. Really simple. Easier than knitting, in my opinion. So you're going to make a slip knot like I've just done twice. I'll show you one more time. Tie that. The size hook I'm using, don't ask me what size the yarn is, I've forgotten, is a 5 US H8. So it's a size 5, sorry. Once you've got your first loop, you're gonna make your first chain. And you're just gonna yarn over your hook and pull it through your loops that you've already made. So just keep going like this until you get big enough or long enough to go around your wrist or the part of the arm, highest part of your arm, that your glove is going to be. I'm not going to make a long pair, just a short pair from the wrist, probably about a little bigger than the size of the Oh My Goddess gloves. So once you've got it the length you think you need, you can test it just by seeing if it goes around part of your arm you want it to start from, or wrist. So I think that's long enough. It might be a little too long. Nope, just right. So once you've got that done, you're going to connect into your chain. Make sure it's not twisted, otherwise it's going to make the work look weird and you will have to start over. So you come to your first loop and attach. Just by pulling through, and there you go. You have started the base of your glove. And the stitch we're going to use for the glove is just the simple slip stitch. So when I say it's simple, it couldn't be simpler. I use the slip stitch in a lot of my costumes. It's the easiest and quickest. The other stitch that I will show you at the end before finishing the gloves off is the single crochet. This one is the easiest and can get, if you don't really have a pattern in mind, you just want a simple garment, it's really great, and I use it for my costumes of my original characters that I have created for LARP or just for fun for Renaissance Festival. So the slip stitch is simply putting your yarn over the hook and pulling it through the work, putting the hook through the work again, yarn over hook, pulling through both, put through work, yarn over hook, pull through both. And you're just going to do this over and over. Like I said, it's very simple. I'm going to go a little faster so I can get the glove done quickly. But you're just basically doing this over and over until you get the desired size. And I'll slow down again so you can see. You put your hook into the work, yarn over your hook, and pull through. When you go to get the yarn, look at the size of the hook that is suggested on the yarn's tag or paper that wraps the yarn. It will tell you what size crochet or knitting hooks to use. Just go find the hook of that size, and I suggest starting with a size hook about this size, maybe bigger, to get used to working with. And as you get better, of course, you can start putting patterns in if you do decide you want to continue crocheting. But it's really, I just mostly use single crochet or simple, really simple stuff. I don't use patterns very often in my costume pieces. I do occasionally make lace, but I don't think that's a good tutorial for costume making right now. So just continue to do this until you get to here or here, depending on how big you want the hole for your thumb. So let's speed this up. Still going almost to the point I needed to be to start to work on the thumb. Like I said, these aren't going to be very big, about the size of the gloves worn by the goddesses in Oh My Goddess. The work goes pretty quick. It doesn't take very long. Oops, pardon my hand. Kind of looks like a friendship bracelet, doesn't it? So I'm just continuing, like I said, just continue to put your hook through your work, loop over and pull through the work, and just keep doing this over and over until you get to right about your thumb. As you can see, it progresses really, really quick, actually. Just takes, I think at the most it'll take maybe minutes, at the most 30 minutes, depending on how long. Like I said, you want your gloves. It's really quick. Now, I tied a knot in this because where I want, here it is, my thumb to be on the side of the glove. So I will push that back in where you can't see it once I'm done, but you may not need to do that. That's just something I do to measure. Almost there. Need a little more yarn. So if you can hear my TV, yes, I'm watching Discovery Family. I love my cartoons that I grew up watching, and I still watch them because I'm cool like that. Okay, I think we're about at the spot, so once you think you're there, you're going to put the glove base on. So like I said, this isn't going to be very big. It's going to be about there, so we have a little bit to go. So I've made it up to the thumb. Now what you're going to do, take a look and see how many stitches. 2, 3 for me. 3 or 4 stitches. You're going to skip for your thumb. Go ahead and do that. You're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, or however many stitches you think you're going to need. I'm going to chain 1, no, I'm not going to chain 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to hook your work. After you've chained 4 or 3 or however many you will need for your thumb hole, you skip the same amount and into the next loop in your work. Then you just slip stitch into there and then continue to do your slip stitches. And you're going to continue for about however big you want. So for us, it's not going to go over up to the fingers for this work. It's just going to come to here. But if you want to go all the way up to the knuckles or past, just go ahead and do that. So once you get back to your chain, just chain into the work like so. American hero, G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe against Cobra the enemy, fighting to save the day. He never gives up, he's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. So like I said, just keep going. And there it is, it's done. It doesn't take very long at all. It just took about 20 minutes to do this one. It takes about 15-20 to make one, especially the shorter ones. If you're only doing the hand or part of the wrist, it's not going to take long. So now I'll show you the other stitch you can do that's also really easy. It's the single crochet. So you just, this is a really easy stitch. Put your hook into your work, loop over, pull through just the work, loop over again, and pull through both loops. Again, you push your hook through the work, loop over, pull through just your work, loop over again, and pull through both loops. And that creates what's called the single crochet. So I'll make a few of those so you can see what they look like, as opposed to just the slip stitch. Yeah, come on, get in there. There we go. Into work, or hook, pull through work, hook over again, pull through both. You can see the difference, the way this looks versus the way the slip stitch looks. So it creates a very different aesthetic, especially going in the round versus going back and forth. Both stitches look very, very different. I will show you the difference as soon as I make this all the way around. Okay, so now I'll show you what it looks like with some other projects I've made using this, and it's really quick. You can make some simple, easy pieces for, like I said, cosplay or LARP, depending on what the costume piece needs to look like.